For some in the internet, culture is the vanguard of progress, and bloggers, the democratization of the web's content. But not for everybody. Not everyone is happy with the way the World Wide Web is expanding. Andrew Keen, once an entrepreneur in the dot-com era, thinks that the amateurism of blogs is replacing the experts and destroying the essence of the internet. In his book, The Cult of the Amateur, How Today's Internet is Killing Our Culture, Keen says millions and millions of exuberant monkeys are creating an endless digital forest of mediocrity. Well, his comments have infuriated the blogosphere. Critics accuse him of being an elitist intellectual. So to explain his position, Andrew Keen joins us from Los Angeles right now. And good evening to you. Good morning here in Europe. This has really hit a nerve. Why do you think that is? Why do you think everyone's talking about this book?
Because I think I've exposed the naked emperor, because for the first time these people have been revealed as what they are. When I call them monkeys, of course, I'm speaking metaphorically. But I'm revealing the inanity, the superficiality, and often the dishonesty of the blogosphere.
You said that basically it's killing our culture. How would you back that up?
It's very easy to back it up. You just need to look at the numbers. You see a structural crisis in print journalism, in the music business, an increasing perfect storm hitting the publishing business and Hollywood, from where I'm speaking. Meanwhile, the amateur blogosphere is taking off. Amateur content on YouTube and Wikipedia are taking off. But they're free, they're unreliable, and they're undermining our culture.
But are you saying then that the internet collectively is dumbing us all down?
Absolutely. You couldn't have said it better than me. On the other hand, I don't want to blame technology. When we look at the internet, we're looking at ourselves. And I'm particularly troubled with the way in which we've been infatuated with our own opinions, our own views. I call it in my book digital narcissism. And I think that we've got to learn to read and listen to professionals rather than ourselves, because ultimately they're the ones who are experts. They're the ones who know how to collect the news. They're the ones who know how to make compelling music and great movies, not ourselves.
Some people, though, would say that professionals are part and parcel of this, that the internet certainly has done wonders for exposing us all to new thoughts, new ideas. What is so wrong with that? I mean, has something gone wrong in the last 2 or 3 years, or was this something more of an organic to how the internet developed?
I think there's something organic to it. I think it's a long-term phenomenon. I don't think we can blame the internet or technology. I'm not a great fan in some respects of reality television and of some of the more inane aspects of television. So we can't just blame the internet, but the internet has compounded this with the emergence of the internet as a popular media. We've seen the undermining of reliable and credible news. We've seen increasing illiteracy in media in an age where we need more and more literacy. And I'm particularly troubled with the impact on kids, on the people who are growing up on the internet, because they don't know what to trust, and they go to Wikipedia and they think that that's truthful. They go to YouTube and they think that that's entertainment. And in fact, what they're seeing on Wikipedia is often an unreliable and biased opinion, and what they're seeing on YouTube is often advertising or some other insidious message.
But isn't that the way we all, it's always a bit of buyer beware, reader be diligent. I mean, is this just not a basic tenet that all of us should be thinking more and perhaps really scrutinizing what we're getting on the internet?
I think that for you or I, that's pretty obvious, and I think that there's a high end of people for whom the internet is very valuable. We're media literate. We know when to beware. We know how to read through media. The problem is that I think there's an increasing innocence. People believe what they read on the internet. People believe that Wikipedia or YouTube is reliable, and it isn't. So what we need is more literacy, and we have less literacy. What we need is more of a criticism of the supposed truthfulness of the internet, and that's not what's happening. So we need more efforts by parents and teachers and perhaps even the government to reveal the unreliability of the internet, of these supposedly unbiased sources. The beauty of mainstream media is that you have editors, you have gatekeepers who are relatively objective, who are professional, who ensure that the majority of the news is unbiased. On the internet, those editors, those gatekeepers are disintermediated. So we don't know who to trust, and many of the supposed objective creators of content and entertainment on the internet are anonymous. So who really knows who's doing the editing on Wikipedia? Who really knows who's creating the content on YouTube? And when these things are revealed, often they tend to be fraudulent.
Right. Andrew Keen, we're going to have to stop it there. Thanks so much for joining us from Los Angeles.